It wasn't always like this. Outlandish, out of control, and disturbingly perverse. How did we get here? How did gay pride become a parody of itself, rife with communism? Well, one major problem is that a lot of our gay history is a big gay lie. Pride was originally conceived by 2 gay men and 2 lesbians. It was one day in June, not the entire month, and there wasn't a climate agenda, emphasis on foreign wars, or hating America. Gay pride was about equality under the law. It was about individual gay men and women being denied their rights. And these were legitimate grievances. We've achieved gay marriage and innumerable gay rights over the years. My name is Brently Kopopoulous, and I'm outspoken, outraged, and more than willing to correct the historical record. You've probably heard that a black transgender person threw the first brick during the 1969 Stonewall riots, which sparked the original gay rights movement. It's a lie. Neither Sylvia Rivera nor Marsha P. Johnson were at the venue the first night of the riots. There's even doubt that the raid was due to the venue hosting gay gatherings, with some historians highlighting that mob control of the bar likely prompted the raid. 21 men and 1 woman were arrested that night. Not one of them was a drag queen or gender nonconforming, and certainly there were no transsexuals arrested. In fact, one man who was arrested has been slandered merely for attempting to correct the facts. Wilson Henderson was jailed that evening, but refused to nod along with the new revised history, and this is just one example of how modern leftists rewrite history to affirm the ridiculous narratives. Fred Sargent was also there, and has attempted to correct the historical record, and got assaulted during a Vermont Pride celebration for his efforts. His attacker, by the way, was a queer-identified female. This hijacking of our movement started slowly, but as Hemingway said about bankruptcy, it begins gradually, and then suddenly you're broke. Gays and lesbians vote Republicans in huge numbers, and always have, despite the public perception and Democrat claims that they're the party of sexual minorities. The Democrat Association is recent. Back in the 1950s, it wasn't clear which party would garner more gay supporters, and it didn't matter. By the 1990s, the political winds had changed, and the Democrats saw a powerful opportunity to co-opt the movement as gay rights became more mainstream. Activists claim the religious right and President Reagan were to blame for the GOP losing gay support. Yet it was former President Bill Clinton who enacted Don't Ask, Don't Tell and the Defense Against Marriage Act. All the big Democrats, including Barack Obama and Joe Biden, were in lockstep with Democrat leadership in opposition to gay rights until very recently. Donald Trump, on the other hand, has been consistently very libertine when it came to gay rights. But slowly, pride became less about solutions and individual freedoms and more about weaponizing the issue for political and financial gain. David Horowitz famously said that the issue is never the issue for radical Marxists. I like to highlight the difference between the image presented and the substance produced. Here, the image is ostensibly the rights of sexual minorities. But the real goal is a communist-style cultural revolution. The original gay pride movement was focused on legitimate problems and discrimination. It had nothing to do with climate, war, or crazy gender theories, and they most especially did not target children like modern-day activists. They were doing the right thing for the right reason, to build a healthier and more prosperous future for themselves and all of us. So this month, take a day to remember the real origins of pride, the real values behind it, and the real ways it's been hijacked by bad actors ever since. Also take a moment to have some pride in America, where places like Fire Island exist and gay men and women have more rights than anywhere else on the planet. My name is Brently Kopopoulous, and I'm outspoken and happy to correct the record.